Okay, welcome to episode 1 of this Let's Play series of GALCIV 4 Supernova. My name is DasTactic. This is sponsored content, just so that you're aware. There is a link up in the corner if you do want to grab the game. Of course, I'm really loving this game so much. In the last episode, which I'm just recording back to back, but in your case it'll be a day later. In the last episode, we spent a lot of time to finesse what we thought was going to give us the perfect way of playing the game, like in terms of fun for a series. So there was a lot of work just done on playing with the parameters and not any gameplay at all. This is a gameplay video. And we also set up a faction of nihilistic Deathbots, which we randomly generated, which I love. I love the idea of that. We did choose Raider, which is fairly dramatic, but we'll go through that as well. It's just the start through here. So if we just go to new game, the faction that we chose was this one through here. So we generated these. These are the mechanized anarchy. So an enigmatic faction of ruthless machines harkens back to their synthetic era long past. So driven by chaos and destruction, they unleash their relentless deathbots upon all who stand in their way. So we're using nihilism as our cultural focus. So this one believes in the rejection or denial of inherent meaning of value of life. Causing pain to others is a valid purpose. So we don't care about the way that we go through it. We're synthetic, we're robotic. So synthetic robotic life forms that do not require food to survive and can operate in a variety of environments. Unlike squishy organic species, synthetics fabricate their population and can grow virtually unfettered. So not much bothers us with what does go on, but we have to manufacture our citizens. Now, we have big problems with manufacturing because the Raiders, we have a negative 50% manufacturing and negative 50% income on all our worlds. So our income is going to be terrible, our manufacturing is going to be terrible. But we do gain plus 100 credits and plus 20 manufacturing for winning battles. So that's going to be important, space battles. So we have to be super aggressive. And we gain plus 500 credits and plus 200 manufacturing for conquering planets. So conquering and destruction and battles is our way. We also have got warriors back and through here, so ignore 10% of all damage done to their ships. All weapons do 10% more damage. Actually, one thing we didn't look at, which we've got a flagship, which I think we have to stay, but we've got the colony ship. Begins with a colony ship and probe to quickly find and colonize new worlds. There's another aspect of the game that I would love to see change, where you actually got like a more advanced start for everyone, rather than just the sort of simple start. So you can actually be more aggressive right from the very, very start. If we go back into edit, and with our start ships, where do we start? Where do we pick those? Not there. Actually, maybe not. Maybe we don't actually have the ability to change that all that much. That's okay. No, that's all right. We'll just leave it where it is. I thought we could fix that somewhere else. No, I can't think of where it actually is. Nope, that's okay. We'll just go back. Anyway, there we go. So we've got the colony ship and flagship. That's okay. That's fine. I just thought that we may have a different type of ship that could be good for us. So the citizens, we're using Yor as a citizens because they're the only really synthetic citizens. I hope that they add a lot more citizens over time as well to the game. As a synthetic species, Yor don't require food or have any natural growth. Instead, they're citizens manufactured. They also don't suffer any approval penalty from pollution, overcrowding, or reaching their population capacity. So food is of zero value to us at the start of the game. As we pick up other civilizations, that will become more viable at that point. But we don't eat. We just have to manufacture, and we don't suffer any approval penalty from pollution, so overcrowding or reaching their population. So we're just robots. Basically, we're just Deathbots. That's all we are. Just simple little Deathbots. Leave us alone. Now, what we chose for our start was to go to bright, game pacing on normal, research rate on slow. We did a lot of experimentation in the previous episode to just go and find what we wanted. Minor races on occasional. God, I'm tempted to ramp that up so we've got some people to invade. But I'll leave it where it is. I'll leave it back there. Hostile entities are going to be abundant, so we're going to have a lot of fighting to do. Civilization proximity are going to be distant, but they're going to be spread between tiny sector sizes, not galaxy size, but sector sizes with 3 different sectors. Star frequency is going to be uncommon. Habitable planets is going to be uncommon, back and through this other side. Extreme planets are going to be abundant, and resources are going to be set to occasional. So that's sort of where we are with everything. Let's just go to next. So it's going to be hard, I've got to say. Our advanced settings, we are playing with, we're going to disable tech trading. We're going to disable tech brokering. Everything else, so no fog of war in territory. We're going to be able to see everything inside territories. Surrendered colonies transfer ownership upon surrender. Again, I could turn that one off just so we have to keep on conquering. Victory conditions are going to be conquest, influence, alliance. I'm going to turn off the monthly limit. It didn't remember this actually, which is interesting. So we'll just go back and just go to next. So that's actually also something that's another little bug report. That one didn't quite work. Now I'm going to just get rid of that one. I want 8 players so that there's 3 per sector. Just go with randoms all the way through. Randos. We don't know what we're going to get. So it could be anything. So we'll see how we go. We'll start the game. And in we go. Love this cutscene. So we're going to play this one through now. This is one of the best cutscenes that just gives you so much promise about the scope and scale of what you're going to be doing in the game. I mean, I think it's based on the human... Is it the human ones? I think it's the humans. I think it's one of their ships. But it's just beautiful. It is so awesome. What it does for me, this particular cutscene, is it presents the game where you get a sense that you are playing with massive, massive units. And really for the small little shuttles and things that are going around, it's the scope of what we're doing is big. Yeah, this is a colony ship. So that's just a colony ship just getting ready to take off. A human colony ship. So, or Terran in the world. So here we go. Reborn in Chaos, Forged in Ruin. We've already gone through this in the last episode, but essentially the summary of what we did was where we are. So we'll just click on Done. Now we've got 1,500 credits in through this side. We have our monthly income is 0 at this stage, but we will have to get some monthly income. We do start off with extra sorts of ships. So we've got, these are enforcers and things. So we do actually have a collection of small ships in through here, these enforcers. We do have some probe. We've got an instigator, which is our flagship. And we then actually have a colony ship at the back through there. We'll have a quick look at a few of the other different bits and pieces. What else do we have? We've got a capsule back in through there. We might have a look and see what we can see. So we can't see too much. So this is the sector that we're in, just a tiny little sector. Now we know that we're sharing this with other factions, and we don't know where the other factions will be. I'm guessing that there'll be one over in here somewhere, maybe one over here somewhere as well. So there's going to be a bit of a scramble for trying to get hold of whatever planets we can actually get. Now, because of the nature of who we are, I don't care if other groups get the planets first, because every colony invasion is an injection of funds for me. So that actually is going to be fine. Now we need to do things. For example, it always says order the shipyard to construct a new colony ship. That's not what we want to do. So we're not going to do that one. Executive orders are available to enact. So we do actually have 3 executive orders back and through here. We have, so manufacture population. This is an important one for us. So it's going to cost me 100 credits. It's got a cooldown of 10. So if I've got the credits, I can just go and use control, which is 25. I've got 100 control at the moment. And so we've got 100 control, and the control cost is going to be 25. So right now I could actually go and create 4 more citizens if I needed to, so population. So without using Durantium, we can recycle ships to quickly produce more citizens. Now, if we don't have this particular one to go and fire off to then build more robots, we need Durantium, which is one of the other strategic resources. So we need to find that fairly urgently and mine it. So that's going to be a very important aspect of what we do. Now, the next thing across is upgrade the fleet propulsion. So use our executive powers to focus our efforts into a single fleet to optimize its speed. So we get a +1 movement for a fleet. I don't want to be doing that one so much. Then we actually have the shipyard production boost. So this one here, focus on our efforts to quickly supply manufacturing resources to a specific shipyard. So we can actually rush ships with this one here if we needed to. So that one's good. But one thing we don't actually have here, which I tend to rely on, is actually the ability to scout quickly. There's one that used to be like a one that you could actually go and use to see what was around you. We don't have that. Let's have a look at our system. Because this is actually this is Circuiteria, and so Circuiteria is our core world. Let's have a look and see what we've got inside here. So if we just go and double click in through this other side, what we're looking for is high manufacturing and high research in particular. We don't want this. We ended up with a paradise world, which we don't need because we don't make use of food. So we've got these foods in through this other side. We've got -1 to manufacturing in the wetlands. We've got wealth in through there. We have research. We've got, this one is a nano fabricator. So this is a upgrade this artifact to unlock changes that will boost construction on the selected world. Cool, that's actually awesome. So we could go and get that one soonish. That one doesn't give us anything else from there. More wealth, manufacturing, wealth. This is influence, not really important to us. So this is not the ideal world for us, really. We've got there +3 to military. Military is shipbuilding, so that's it. So there's manufacturing, which is world, like building on your planet, and then military is the actual manufacturing at the shipyard. So that's a good one for us. And then this one sort of then indicates that if we can boost this, that would be ideal. Now we also then we do have a capital city, and the capital city does actually have a population cap of +6. At the moment we've got up to 3. We've got 5 citizens, and we've got a population cap there of 3. What I'd like to do is, I think this will still work, because we can improve the population cap by going into one of these extra population centres. So I'm thinking that we actually end up going there. We've got another one down the bottom here. This one gives me influence as well in the mountains, but that one there would give me the extra population cap. We then get extra influence and extra wealth if we needed it. We do have deserts and plains as well, which the deserts don't worry us at all. We do have some research up the top there. We can actually boost research into there. We've got a very simple way of playing the game. So this food, the 9 food, I don't care about that at all. We don't use it, so we don't have to worry about that at all. Let's just go across and just place our capital city back in through there. So we get a +1 there, which means that instead of going into one of the other locations, which would give me the +6 population, we're now going to get it like basically a +7. So we're up to 10. So we went from 3 +7 is giving us up to 10 population. Now, population is not changing because that's not what we do as robots. So again, the game has got every combination of everything really changes what you can then go and do. Now we also don't have to worry about any problems with pollution, so that means that we can just go and grab an industrial centre, for example, and just go and place it straight into there. So we can just go across and set up the manufacturing in there. I think that would be our best. We could do it down in this way as well. The nano fabricator, what will then that one end up doing? Provides a charge that will boost construction on the selected world. It's going to take 18 turns to do that one, so I don't want to do that one just yet. Do I want to go back in here? I probably will want to use the influence as influence in this instance, but it's sort of, I don't really need to. So if I go to there, I get a +1. I get a +2 in these different locations. Let's go there for that one in there, and then let's just go across to the capital mainframe into there, which will then give me a bit of a boost unless I take it down into here. If I go there, I get a +2. Let's just build those, and then we'll build out this other side to then sort of build things up. Now we've got 1 turn is coming to then go and get the Colonial Leadership Council. So I can rush this if I wanted to. I can actually just go and actually rush it right now. It's going to cost me 23 credits, which I don't mind. It's I might as well do that, I guess. So plan resources to instantly rush this construction. Now the Leadership Council is going to then open up my leaders for me, and this is actually fairly important that we do this one. So establish a formal council to oversee and harness the potential of the best and brightest individuals within our civilization. It's coming next turn anyway. I could also, if I wanted to, rush that one for 188 credits, which would then give me the big boost to manufacturing. So what this would then do, if we go and have a bit of a look to see what's happening on our world and how do we sort of then work with this one through here. We've got a construction cost, the production cost into here is negative 25. Manufacturing on our world is only 3.3. The reason for this is that we actually have manufacturing, the base manufacturing is 8.19. The mineral input from the planet is 3 in through there. So the mineral input is only 3. And then we've got the governor is giving us a 26%. This is Vex Prime himself. He has like very high resolve and diligence. So diligence, I think, is the one that actually sort of then pushes that one out. In fact, if we press shift and we can just go down to diligence. So diligence modifies a leader's skill at production-related tasks. So high diligence is important for commanders and governors of manufacturing-based worlds. So diligence works that one. Resolve is more about battle. I'll talk about this in more detail as we've sort of played the game. But in this case, our manufacturing is very, very poor. So we've got the citizens are producing plus 2.5. And then the workers are giving us we've got one worker on the planet, which is this fellow here. So we actually have one worker, which is giving us another +1. But then overall, the big thing at the very, very bottom is we get a negative 50% because we're raiders. And so we actually have a big minus to what we can actually then go with our production. So the higher you're manufacturing, the faster you're able to build improvements on planets and ships in your shipyards. And so manufacturing for us is going to be a big problem. Research, we don't get the negative, so and we can get a scientist leader to ultimately then be able to give us even more research. This will be important for us to then use higher tech to move ahead, because manufacturing is going to be an issue. It's going to be very fascinating to actually sort of figure out the best way through to play this particular one. Income as well, we also get a negative 50% there for raiders, which means that our gross income, we're getting 3 at the moment. Taxation is at 33%. Taxation, if we improve the taxation, that will actually impact what happens with our the happiness of our robots. They won't like being taxed, but so that's actually sort of does go in through there. Crime also will then play a role, but the raiders here, this is the big negative in through this other side. So we're going to have very, very low income throughout the game, and we're going to have to be high tech. High tech, very strong is going to be the way that we need to play this one. Food we don't care about, so I think we can still actually go and create farming bots if we needed to, because if we ended up in charge of other groups, I think we could still actually do that if we needed to. And then influence is going to be what pushes our borders out. Now, influence I don't care about. It's going to be all about. It's all going to be all coming down to research and manufacturing, and try to overcome the problems we have with such a poor manufacturing world. So we're going to need to push these sorts of things back out there again as well. Right. So we've got this is a good one for us ultimately, is to go into here. Now if I go and click on that one, I can then make it into a manufacturing district, which will then give me, so faster ship and planet production, but it should give me the +1. It's got +2 there. I'll just let it finish, and then we'll figure out the best way for that one. Other ones that we've got, we're not going to have any. These aren't going to change. I'll talk more in depth about the citizens later on, because I'm not going to be changing these, but I could go into their roles. Their roles are the top through here. When I hover over that one through there and click on it, this is the beings that inhabit the planet. There's a role there. Can I change that one? Yeah, trainer's worker. So workers provide manufacturing based on diligence, and their low expectations give them an approval boost. And so I can either just have them essentially, like if I go back to the worker, I think I can then make this one back into a citizen again if I needed to. So it's just going to cost me. What have we got there? This is going to require resolve. So resolve modifies a leader's skill at military tasks. I can just chop and change these. I don't think that they're going to impact us all that much. Trainer's worker. Well, actually, this one does. If I just hover over it and look at the diligence. So we do actually have the diligence is 6, and the intelligence is high at 7 there for a citizen. This one here is 7 intelligence, 5 diligence. This one here is 4 intelligence, 7 diligence. This one is only 5 diligence, so this is not the best worker, but anyway. And then we've got another 7 diligence there. So these are fairly good to be made into workers if we needed to sort of get a boost to our manufacturing. It just means that normally when you're getting like a +1 to manufacturing, it's really just a 0.5. If we have a look and see what these ones do, these ones do for manufacturing a 0.7. So it's not that bad, but we do get a whole lot of other things like the gross income, the research. We're getting bonuses, so we don't really want to move them off from anything other than just citizens at this stage. So we won't change that. They're all happy. So we can see through there, the governor's giving them +16. They're yaw, so they're getting a +50% with that one. Synthetic life trait is +10%. The planet is full of life. Who cares? The taxes are too high. This is a nice planet, is okay, and our governor is loyal, is +20. Now, what we're going to do is we can change the overall. Ultimately, we can't do it yet, but we can ultimately then go and change the taxation, which we will go and do. I think we'll try to ramp that up when we get that particular technology. So there's nothing much in here. We've now set these up in through here. I don't know if I'll grab that one. I'll just show you where this one actually will then apply. So I'll just try to explain how things are working. So I think we got these because we were raiders. I think that's how we got these extra enforcers. And the moves are 8. Actually, this is cool. So we can use these as scout ships, essentially, to see what's going on. Other things we should have a look at. Around circuitry, we actually do have 4 different orbital improvements we can then go and place into this particular area. None of them we can actually then go and add in just yet. So we don't actually have the ability to do anything. So logistics, orbital academy, sensor array, atmospheric cleanser, we don't care about that one. Orbital prison, so yep, that's going to give us crime will go down if we bring that one in. We may need to do that one. We may end up with criminal AI. So Bender robots from Futurama. Orbital research labs, this one could be a good one. You can see that everything's going to cost Urantium basically. This is the space elevator, that's going to be very important to us. Defense matrix maybe, but let's just see how we go. The other thing we need to do is we need to get our research done. So you can see down the bottom there, our next prompt is to do research. Now the way this one works is that we do need to have, if we have a bit of a look at this one, we've got to assign a technology minister to unlock this one. Now to see what we have available, this is something, and because it's subspace scanning, I'm not really interested in, to be honest. Now we get a 50% research bonus by just for essentially having the if we choose from the group that's actually allocated back in through here. So we've got galactic expansion protocols. So it unlocks the civilization screen and allows us to assign policies. This is actually what we want. We want to get to that screen so we can assign the policies as fast as possible. We can do that in 2 turns. That's a bit of a no-brainer. If we get that one at the very, very start, grab it. Because I'll just go back and just go done, and even with that one selected. These over through here are the other ones we can still pick, but it costs us the full amount of what we actually have. And so if we really need something desperately, we can go this way, but this one gives us a 50% research bonus. So I love this idea. It's just simple and it just works. So we're getting 3.5 research per turn. 2 turns for that one through there. Again, we can see we end up with the planetary generator, so manufacturing improvement, a massive source of power production to increase manufacturing on this planet. We're going to unlock the maximum entrenched policies, so we're going to have one policy we can then go and enact. So I think it gives us a total of 2 or 3, I think. And then it leads to other things as well, like research districts and stuff. So research is going to be very important for us. So let's go and just click on done. I'll talk about the other things later on, but that's now going with that Galactic Expansion Protocol. And the reason that this is so important is it unlocks this screen here, which we don't actually have abilities to go and grab just yet. So we want this one unlocked as fast as possible. Leaders is the other one, requires Colonial Leadership Council project. That's the one that we actually have here. This is the Colonial Leadership Council. This is a project, so establish a formal council to oversee and harness the potential for the best and brightest individuals within our civilization. And this unlocks the leader screen. It's a civilization achievement, and the construction costs are just 3. So we get that one in 1 turn, or we rush it. And I think we rush it because it then allows us to do other things. So if we go back into here, for example, and just go in and go to rush, bang, we've got it. So it's now been achieved. That's it through there. Actually, no, sorry, that's not it. Just click on done. We now have access to the leaders. We always start off with a free leader that we can place anywhere we like. Now you can see there it cost me a little bit of money to go and grab that one. Just go and pick this one up. Now these are going to cost me like a fair amount really as to what we actually have. Our freebie that we end up having here has got incredible diligence, like amazing diligence. So diligence modifies the leader's skill at production-related tasks, so a high diligence is important for commanders and for governors of manufacturing-based worlds. So as a commander, he would be very good. This is resolve. This is actually, so it makes a powerful commander as well back in through there. We need to pick and choose our best guys. Now, what I would love to do is get a research council. So I'm looking for high research, like this one through here. And I'm looking for, don't worry too much about the happiness, by the way, the loyalty. It does have a bearing. So a leader with loyalty below 30 is at risk of resigning or attempting to undermine you. A leader with an extremely high loyalty may offer additional support and help. So ideally, we end up with high loyalty robots, but it's not critical. So we've got these are so we've got so RHKR 8767 is the one that we actually have available that we can make use of with a very, very high diligence. I definitely want to get the intelligence. At no point will social really play a big role. So social modifies a leader's skill at approval. Actually, it still will work with approval. Actually, that's still going to be approval. And then this one in through here, we actually then end up with intelligence in through this other side. Let's have a look at the other different areas we can do with the leaders. So there's a lot we have to do in this first turn, or that we can do in this first turn once we've got this thing unlocked. So that's our recruitment to bring them in. The ministers we have available is the Minister for Colonisation. And so this one increases the approval at core worlds, except our home world, based on the social skills of the assigned minister. So we don't need that until we start to colonise other worlds. And so this is actually all based on that approval aspect, this one in through here, the social aspect. Minister of Technology, we get bonuses depending on how good their technology is. Don't bother too much with that one. So it adds an additional technology slot and increases research based on the intelligence. The research is like a percentage based on their intelligence. So if we end up going from a 7% to an 8%, is it going to matter much? Not really. So don't be overly sort of trying to get that if it's just, for the sake of so much more money, it may not be viable. So there's a lot more money there between those two. This one's less loyal. I'm sort of happy to go with that one. This one does have another trait. So this one's irresponsible with money, which means that there may be events that come up in the future where that actually plays a role. This guy over here has got faithful, so plus 3% approval, plus 10% loyalty, and minus 10% research when assigned as a governor. So that's a bit of a problem if you send him into a research world. He's cruel, so minus 2 social and plus 2 intimidation, and he's ethical, so minus 3% global crime. Okay, so as a governor, he would be okay in a manufacturing world as an example. So contains fragmented data of prior iterations, hints of past lives. This one here operates in a shadow of a more advanced model, harbouring deep resentment. These are so cool. But this one's got the highest resolve. It's highest diligence. This one's got the highest resolve back over here of all of them as well. So just taking all these different things into account, the ministers are important to get these first two, the exploration. This one's going to increase our moves and ranged. So the moves, we're going to get a +1 to our moves, and the range is going to allow us to go further out. For example, if I just go back in here and choose, for example, the colony ship and zoom out, that's the limits of our colonization at the moment. So really, we can only colonize these different worlds in through here. So we'll have to look at those. So we need to expand that one. If we just go back into here, go back into ministers, the Minister of Exploration will then push that out further, so they can go further out from where they actually are. And this is based on the diligence of, it's based on the diligence, which is this factor in through here. So this would then allow us to expand, to move a lot further out. So that's the ministers. Governors, we've only got Vex Prime in charge of the of Circuitria, back and through this other side. And so he's giving different bonuses for, he's always going to be the best of who we actually have. Diplomats we don't know about yet, so we don't need to worry about those. We probably won't worry about diplomats at all. Commanders, once we get these ships unlocked, So what we need to do here is we need to have data transmission protocols tech is required for us to unlock these ships, and we do want to get these relatively early. So these will be something we will aim for fairly heavily. So data transmission protocols. If we just click on done for a second, we also have factions as well. These are not going to be unlocked just yet. So these we can't really add anything to. So the only real thing we have that we can do at the moment is to go back to the ministers and add 2 into here. So diligence in through this side, 12 diligence, that was our best. We can always shuffle these back again. This one gives me now a ship range of plus 12, which, what does that mean? It means that with that one selected, we now can go way, way further out. Nearly the whole sector is now at our beck and call with these ships. So we can now sort of go and send and spread our wings wherever we like. Let's go and get the technology minister as well. That is important. So we want to go and get, that's the highest, that's the second highest. I think we'll just go with this one here just to save ourselves 120 odd. So we'll just go and a little bit, these are a bit more loyal than what the others actually are. So we'll just bring that one across. It's going to then chew up a bit more money. And so this is a gambler, but we'll see how we go. So hopefully he won't waste our money. And then we just go across to ministers with him selected, a minister of technology. So we don't need the colonization until we get other core worlds, and then that will become important at that point. Other things to look at. This is where the data bank, not going to see too much in here until we sort of come across other different factions. One thing I would like to see in here would be, instead of just the reports and the stats, I would love to see the full presentation of each faction done in through this other side. At the moment, we're first of the one that we know about, which is ourselves. So we're not going to see too much in here. But this is something where I think this screen here could be improved a lot, just with another tab added in. We've got only the one core world. It's just going to give us a summary in through there. But I won't go through that in detail until we need to look at it. So we're just going through these different areas down through here. Now we do have. Just click on done. Cultural progression is something that we will be trying to move through, but we'll be aiming mainly at nihilism, which is sort of where we focused before. We do get a 26% discount through here. And so we'll have a look at this once we get more culture. So we'll get 0 culture points at this stage. Just click on done. Now, another thing we can look at is there any other areas in through here that's actually worth getting? So if we go and have a look at the actual planet itself, the only planet here is Circuitria. Also, there's no other special resources. So the total, essentially the total asteroids in through here is 4. So we're going to have like a few different asteroids, which will then aid our ability to sort of manufacture. And we've only got the one planet really that's actually around this particular precursor area. So I think that what we'll do is we'll start to look to expand down into here. We can sort of assume that the others, there may be a player over here, maybe a player over there. I would like to see what's happening over this other side. If we see colony ships, I want to destroy them. Like I don't care about the niceties of who we're in with. I don't care who it is. Colony ships are going to be destroyed. And so I'm going to send these enforcers out to basically look after the different areas so that we can try to colonize them ourselves to a degree. So we'll move them over. Now we're just seeing some more asteroids back out through that other side. We'll go another one, this enforcer. I'll send it down this way. So we're seeing other different things. We'll come back and have a look at this in just a minute. And this other, that's a probe. I'll send the probe out to where I want it as well. I'm going to assume I can claim these before anyone else can. Because of the way we set things up, let's just send our enforcers out that way. So we're sending our military ships out. No one else has got military ships at this stage. But we also know that there's actually a lot of space creatures and pirates around. Our ships have got 2 firepower. We'll look at this when we get into the actual, like deeper into the actual game itself. Now, as far as the probe is concerned, we do need to go. These have got like a much better range that they can see. We can almost see this area. So let's just go and just pull it in a little bit closer. There we go. We've got a pirate cutter there already. So we're already seeing this one here. So the pirates are going to be everywhere. We're going to need to deal with these. Okay, so we've got a pirate cutter there. Let's start doing a bit of an evaluation of what this thing actually has got.
So if we have a look at it, it has got beam weapons provide moderate damage at reasonable manufacturing costs. So it's got a couple of beams. If I hover over this one through here, it's got a level 4 beam attack. So it's got 2 lasers on board. So that's fairly strong, and it also has 3 hit points. So that's a bit of a tricky one for us. Let's just go and just click on done. Now we do actually have our flagship, which has also got 8 points it can come across. So that should be able to get closer. If I press G, I can then sort of see the grid. I might leave that grid on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our ship has got a much better attack. So when we look at the attacking through this side, you can see there we've got particle beams, which is giving us a beam attack of 2.2 and a missile attack of 3.3. So if I go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I move to there, I can then do 7, to do a ranged attack on it, and then actually go and do the combat. So I'm going to do that with this one here. Now there should be more pirate ships around. There they all are actually. So we're going to have to clear these out using this ship here. And so we'll start this process. Now if I go and right click, I can actually do things like, for example, missile volley, which is our strongest attack. So attack an enemy fleet or base up to 4 tiles away. Let's just go and hit this one. And so this one now has been damaged down to 2. And I've still got 2 more turns here. So I can actually go through, and actually I can't use the beam attack. You can only use 1 ability per turn. So we'll just go in now and do the attack. And so we got no casualties. This is a total loss to them. We need to check and see what's going on. So we watch the battle. Now there was some problems with the way that this would do it automatically. We started with in top-down view. These were getting sort of caught up with everything at one point. I don't know if this will be the case. I think it's now been improved. There we go. And we destroyed it. No damage done to us at all. So we're going to need to use this ship to do what we have to do. So we're just going to go and click on done. Now that gave us another 100 income. So we just picked up 100. I don't know if it'll tell us that anywhere, but that's because of the raider aspect that we actually have. So every single ship that we destroy is worth 100 credits to me. So it's worth doing them in the early part of the game until we get established. So I'm going to use this as an attack ship initially, and then we'll eventually start to do other research with it. This is interesting. What have we got in through here? It's a dead world in through there. We can't quite see what's in there. Now we still have one more move. I don't think we're going to get close enough. Let's just move in. No, we can't quite see it. I'm thinking that I'm going to go over this other side and avoid the others. And what I want to do, this is going to go up to 10 moves in total. I want to discover, all I want to do is just bring it in bit by bit until we start to see the actual star itself. So with this star selected, I can then go and click on it, and we can see there's just nothing here. There's like dead planets basically, so there's nothing of value. I've still got one more turn. The other thing we want to check out was this one over through here, just to check out and see what's down that way. So we'll start to move it down. Everything else is looking pretty good there. Well, with what we actually have, this one here, what can it move? It can only move 2. So it can move to there or to there. So this colony ship, if there is stuff, and we don't know if there is or not, God, do we take the risk? The actual the star type is important. So this is actually just going to be another hot sort of star like Eagle. That is as well. Got a blue there. We've got a good one down here, another sort of red giant. This is more of a G class. That's more of a yellow, more of a blue. You know, I think that we might send this one up into here, and because we've got nothing else left around where we actually are. So let's just move it with this enforcer, and we'll just see if we can find other things. So that's now moved as far as it can. So we still actually have an idle ship, which is another enforcer. Actually, I didn't realise I had another one here. So we've got one going over that way now. I think I do want to go down this way. Like we've got one that's going up with this colony ship. Let's go down to here. Now these, if we try to evaluate how these would actually then work, the beam attack is a lot less than what the pirates have got. So in reality, we may have to sort of bunch them up together and sort of have them so that they're actually then working as two small fleets. Yeah, I may have to do that. Just get them so we end up with like double the hit points, but with a small beam attack, because the pirate ships at this stage are so much more. No, that one's not all that strong. Yeah, it's got 4 beam attacks, so its combat rating is high. Maybe its defense is low. Conquest rating of 1. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, we might have a look at that in more depth in the next episode. Actually, when we start to, well, I can combine the two. Actually, that's the probe. Sorry, the enforcer. Yeah, we don't. It's just not good enough with what we actually have. So we sort of see what it does actually have. So it's got the yeah, it's just the fighter hull, just very, very small ship. Anyway, we'll use our flagship to secure this area of space for us. So we're actually fairly central in this little sector. It's only a tiny little sector, but that's going to be fine. So we've got another ship that's idle as well. Actually, another enforcer. Well, in that case, I will actually just push these out, and we'll just do scouting with these initially. And we need to find. There's another artifact that's going to be a good one for us. Idle shipyard. Now, really, the occupier is going to be our colony ship, but we haven't found any colonies at all. So, and we know that when we set the game up, that colonies just aren't going to be around. Constructors will be vitally important to get one of these. It's going to be 27 turns to get that though, but a probe will then give me even more information. So I'm thinking I go the probe. This is also what the science advisor is recommending. I can get more enforcers as well, and so the AI is wanting us to go and get more of these. But I'm thinking we go with the probe initially, and then a constructor after that. So let's just go and do that when we can queue these up. So let's just queue them both up. Hopefully by that stage we're going to be able to do more manufacturing. This is where we got such a problem because we're raiders. Our military production is negative 50%, so we don't get the benefit really of like we're producing these at half the speed of everyone else, so we need to make up for that with other things. So it's interesting the way it does actually work. We get a boost to our production though from the kills. Like if we go, actually we can't even show the radar, I don't think, actually, or can we? We just go back in there again, and I'll just press shift and then go to raiders. No, it's not going to show me. Let me show me what Raider does. This is why it's important for us to have access to our civilization screen. If anyone's from Stardock is listening, please give us that so we can see what's what. Okay, so we've got. I'm pretty sure we don't have anything at all that shows us who we are, what we do, what the benefits are of who we actually are. Stats and through here, there's nothing. There's just nothing. Anyway, that's going to be fine. We'll end our turn here. Look for movement. We'll just go back so we can sort of see. There we go. They've moved across. There's 2 ships there. That's interesting. So Galactic Expansion Protocol, so unlocks the civilization screen. That's good. So we've now got this one here, which then unlocks. I just moved that one back so we could see the little, if there was any movement. But this one now unlocks the civilization screen for us. So we can now go and manage our civilization, and we only have the one available. Okay. So with what we actually have. Our approval is 83% at medium. If we move to high, it goes down to 39%. So I don't want that. I'm going to keep it at 83%. So that's going to be fine for our taxation. This is actually across the whole empire. The civilization outputs, that's okay as well. Yeah, they don't have to worry about any of this stuff. This is another place where you could have information about your civilization. This would be viable as well, to have like another screen that shows you who you are. We just need to have it somewhere. So ship maintenance at this stage doesn't cost us anything. So it's going to cost us, it's costing us 0.3 because we've only just got like very, very small ships. The revenue coming in is 3 at this stage. Again, that's sort of being that's being sort of taken off. We should have a negative amount there somewhere. I think we hover over that one. We see, actually no, it's not the. Yeah, no, it's per planet is the income per planet is the problem. So we've got extreme automation. So this one here. So-called synthetic species such as ourselves has the ability to work together in ways that fleshlings cannot. This comes at a cost even for us, but we can greatly increase our production as a result. So we can get our manufacturing up by plus 15%, but the income goes down by another 20%. Now, I don't want to do that until we really got on top of the income. Heart of the Empire gives me influence and income goes up a little bit. The land exploitation, so pollution goes up, which we don't care about, but gross income goes up by plus 5. So that's a big one for us. That's actually very, very viable. It's not viable for carbon-based life forms. Remote piloting, so we are manufacturing species that can create ships, so we have to be synthetic for this one, that can create ships with sentient but synthetic pilots that can withstand forces that would crush the soft, squishy fleshlings. This policy would allow our ships to travel fast. We get +1 movement there with our ships if we need it. I don't think we need it. Shipyard stimulus. So this one here, we must subsidise our shipyards with more manufacturing help. So the income goes down, but military, so our shipbuilding goes up. I think it's land exploitation to get the gross income. So let's just go and grab that one. That's going to then give us a boost now a little bit more. So we're getting like we've got getting plus 13.57, but the monthly income is now 4.18. So that's going to be okay. We'll click on done there. So that's why that's an important one to get early. The other things we got now back to our research. Now the research, we now got the third one coming back in again. It can be worthwhile to see where you're going and plan where you're going, because sometimes some of these can be worth grabbing. And if you don't know exactly what they do, it can be quite valuable to have a look. So if we go to the Tech Navigator and have a bit of a look. So we've just got the cultural expansion protocols. We've now got, is there anything along here that we really want? One of the things we do want to get hold of is not so much these, maybe the factories a little bit, just to sort of get more production as much as we can on our worlds. But if we go to engineering, we've got the star bases. We've got those unlocked. So then we've got starbase modules, which we'll need. We get 2 free constructors with that one. Asteroid money will be good for us as well to get our manufacturing up there. Movement speed up to +1, subspace scanning. Not important yet, so that's not really important to try to find our way outside our sector. Warfare is an important one for us. So we've already got established. Which one do we start with? I think we've got the weaponized probes, do we? I think we're up to here. Yeah, we can sort of see the colours in through there. So it allows construction of larger hull sizes. So we've got weaponized probes. And then we've got the, this one here, we've got the weaponized probes, which gives us lasers, hypersonic missiles. And with some of these, like the space war tactics, unlocks a frigate class and the ability for ships and star bases to auto volley. This one should also give us the siege module. Yeah, there it is there. The siege module is ultimately going to be important for us. Not super critical right now, but it will be. So space war tactics is an important one for us as a group. Also back over through here, the battle cruisers and the planetary mobilization. So getting this aspect through here is really quite important. Then we've got like the different weapon doctrines, the defensive doctrines down this other side as well. This will then sort of improve our actual ships. So this will be a very important area for us to go into. Governance, we've got the universal translator. Not as important for us as we thought, except that we wanted to go and get the data transmission protocols, because what this then does is it then opens up, so that if you remember back at the start of the episode, looking at the ships that we wanted to open up, those special ships, this gives us those. So you can see there, allows instant communication across infinite distances as a flagship to your fleet. This is important. So we will actually aim for getting that one if we can get it. So we'll just go back and go back into here. And so here we have the cultural advisor is wanting us to get Xeno factories. This one here is increasing movement speed by 1. This is our military advisor, and defensive studies, so it allows us to begin building advanced systems into our most vulnerable targets. Now, none of these are what we really want. So what we want is the universal translator. This one's going to come in 6. It would have been 12. So that one still may be worth getting. Research districts back up through here. Asteroid mining back up this way. Whew. Look, I'm going to go this way, I think. I'm just going to get the Xeno factories. I mean, that's actually logistics +4 is important for us. We will get it eventually, but just not right now. So we'll just go Xeno factories. Just go, okay, done. So not ideal for what we want. Let's have a bit of a look. So we've now got a group of 2 of these ships have now sort of come together. The Camo fleet. And this will just keep on pumping out ships as well. So we're going to need to sort of stop this at some point. It's got 50 hit points. We're not really in a position to do much with this. But I just want to stop these from, stopping us from doing different things. In fact, let's come and do that one last. Now, this is like an anomaly and like it's an artifact. We've got other things the other ship can go after. This here is just our probe. So the probe is now going to be heading down this way. So let's just move this one through. There we go, we're getting close. And there we go, we can see this one as well. Again, nothing here. So there's nothing around this particular planet. There is some space junk off to the side. So we've now sort of seen, we haven't seen what's over here yet. Let's just have a look and see. This one here, we've got an artifact over there as well. Again, this one does have 1 planet. This has got ARB. And so this is actually a class 14, which is adequate. And when we hover over this one, if I just press shift, I can then sort of move across. But this one, it's a minor world. So this is one that we could actually go and take over at some point. So minor worlds have already got like a group that's actually there. And so the ARB on this world are going to be like the group that's actually in charge there. It's got very low manufacturing, very low everything really, except for wealth. It does actually have fairly good wealth at 9. So this is it's immune to culture flips. It's a civilization capital. It's terrestrial. It's not fantastic. Planetary defense is only 84. Now we need to have siege values greater than 10%. So we need to have a siege value of at least 9 basically in our total attack ships. But that will improve over time as well. So well balanced with multiple biomes, yeah. So this is something we'll look to conquer. So we don't know where it actually is, but it's of no real value in this particular location for us. So let's go and finish this one off. Let's just go and we'll do should we do a beam attack this time? Let's do a beam attack. So we can only do 1 of those. Now we've taken off 1 more attack. If we have a look at this particular fleet, there's 2 of them. This one here has been damaged slightly. It does actually have a beam attack of 8. That's a combination of everything. That's for the whole fleet. The pirate cutter itself has got a beam attack of 2 and 2 there. If we just hover over that one, yeah, we've got 4 beam attacks in through that side. So I should be able to just wipe them out again with this ship. If I just go and right click, they may get some damage back against us, but we've got so much hit points. So we'll just go and clear these pirates out. We'll just go and we'll watch the battle. Unfortunately, they're both together, which means that it is just one battle. Yeah, actually, I should have spent some coin because we're going to be at the maximum. So it's not ideal. Wiped out. And we did take some damage there. A little bit of damage. Done. Right, so yeah, ship has upgrades available. So this one now does have upgrades. If we just go back in and have a look at the actual upgrades, we've got crew quarters, which gives us extra hit points, which I do like on these sort of ships. Command bridge, which gives me +1 movement, or communications terminal, which gives me an extra sensor range. All of these are good. I love this in the game as well. Like there's we've got real choice now with what we have to do. If we had Durantium, we could actually then get the hull with better protection. If we had Delirium, we'd be able to get better beam attacks. And if we had antimatter, we'd be able to then get missile attacks. But I like the idea of getting more hit points. So let's go and raise that one up. We're already at 40 now. We'll just do the upgrade, and we're now 46. So ultimately, we've only got 25 at the moment. This one will slowly heal up. let's just leave this one alone. We're not going to be able to take that one on just yet. It's too strong for us. So the battle, you can see there, the battle prediction would be, us would be a total loss, and for them, no problem at all. Now I think we can go and grab this. This is powerful relics of lost civilizations. They are rare but give valuable rewards. And so we're just going to now go and right click and start to search out through this one. There's Arb. There's the planet of Arb, and so that will become a target for us. And we'll need to clear it out, its ships. Now we've got the 3 ships over here. I think I'm better off just keeping the. Actually, no, I'm going to keep these separate. And like, if you come up against other pirates, we're going to struggle against them. But against colony ships, which is what I want to be killing off, that will be fine. Let's go to this one just in case. And so we are sort of expanding all over the place. Then Enforcer's moving down. The probe. Now we do actually have. I want to see what's over here. Although, actually, what I will do is I'll go this way because I can then swing back around. What I might do is move this ship down to look at this area. Ultimately, okay, so back over this other side, we've then got the colony ship. And now I just need to sort of keep everything sort of moving forward so the colony ship can just make its way through. Oops. Don't see much else. And that one we were sending up. Yeah, we've got other ships now going up this way. Let's just move this one up. We need to just check and see what's around. There may be some other loot in here as well. Getting that probe. Now we're up. Actually, we're over. This is actually okay. I thought there might have been a limit there because it was yellow when we first started. But this is actually all right. So we've got 1,500 to spend at this point in time. We do actually have these executive orders. Do we want these? You know, I think we bring one of these in right now on our planet. So if we go to Circuitria and have a bit of a look, we've got 5 at the moment. We can get up to 10. So let's just go across and play that particular card. So we can get the get another citizen very, very quickly. So manufacture population, so spend 25 and 100 credits, yes. And we're just going to place them on Circuitria. So that just gives us another robot, which will then help with everything else that we're doing. So I think we would have just brought this one in. And so we've got approval 91%. These are fantastic. And the overall skill set that it actually has is... good intelligence, good diligence. That's actually fine. That's good. It's a traditionalist. That's interesting. That's does any of the others have anything that's? We've got any extra traits? Totalitarianism. There we go. It's sort of more the ones that we want. That's all fine. Okay, so we'll just click on done there. We do actually have. This is economic stimulus as well. Provides 25 credits. But again, it costs us. It cost us a bit to sort of get that one set up. So we're still 6 turns away in here. Now if I rush this one, it's only 159, you know, I think I might do it. Just get the industrial centre. So we'll just get that one established. That's going to then improve our manufacturing a little bit, which will then just help with everything else. So the probe should then come a little bit faster, I hope. Yeah, 6 turns there. What's that going to cost me to rush? A bit too much. I need to save my money because we've got that raider trait. All right, end our turn again. And actually, I'm pretty much out of time, guys. So we'll just have a look to see if this one's a viable planet for us. Now, if we move into there, this is Nebula. So we get minus 75% movement. So I'm just going to move around the outside for this one. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else. The fact that this is an orange-red star makes me think that we've got a good chance of having life there. So we'll just move that one up with the escorts. Now I'm going to keep that one also just going up. Let's see what we can find. This one now is going to be moving down. Oops, I didn't mean to go back up. I need to come back down. We wasted a turn there with the way that I set that one up. Let's just move across. We did check this, didn't we? Yeah, that's zeros. So we've really got nothing much in our system, which we thought that was going to be the case anyway. So we need to find where these other factions actually are, and we need to find planets for us to colonize. Okay, so we'll move over. Now we can see this particular planet. Okay, this one's interesting. We've got Samaya 2, which is a class 22 amazing planet. It's not colonized by anyone just yet. It's got one resource, so there is one resource around it. We don't know what the resource actually is. Oops, hang on, just cancel that one. So one resource, it's got 6 asteroids and 1 planet, which is this one here, which is actually what we want. It's an arboreal planet, which is not really ideal for us, but it does have harmony crystals. So if we can find where that is, I'm then going to need to set up some traps to basically stop anyone from getting this particular planet. There it is there, Samaya 2. We still haven't found the resource. That's not there, that's just an artifact. So we haven't found what resource is in here. So if this has got uranium, I definitely want to get that. This is now a bit of a game changer. Let's just see what we've got up through this other side and see what we find. Now that one there is a class 26. Awesome. A Precursor lab world. Awesome. This is very, very cool. And that one there, we've just got the one. This is Kurha 1. So that's a great one for us. And 4 asteroids, 1 planet, but no resources. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't quite get to it. Let's just go around, have a bit of a look around. Just make sure there's nothing nasty there. Nope, that's all good. So next turn, hopefully, we get that. We now want to see what's up this other side. Everyone's going to be rushing for these sorts of things. If another colony had started over here, they'll get to there even before I get here. This will be very, very frustrating. So let's actually end the turn just to see if that's what actually happened, because I've got a horrible feeling it will. I know it in my bones that it'll be taken from under us. Here we go. Now, incoming message. We don't know who they are. Our survey ship cautiously approaches a mysterious object. Yep, that's okay. Well, they didn't take it, but I don't know where we saw them. They've seen us. We haven't seen them, I don't think. Well, I mean, we are basically the pirates of, with what we're doing here. So we don't know where they are. The Enforcer there as well. Another one that's now heading out this other side. Okay, this is the edge of their space. They've got an Ascension Crystal back in through there. Alright, so they're going to be coming from this angle. So we need to get in front of wherever they are. This is the probe. And we've got to look for the colony ships that will be on their way. So we'll get our Enforcer down to basically sit in the middle of space and just protect against the colony ships that will be coming. The other thing we need to then go and do is to... Well, we're going to get this one now, so we can grab this one through here. So this Precursor world, you can sort of, when we hover over it, you can see there it's the base stats for the actual world itself is 2 mineral, so there's hardly going to be any manufacturing on this world, but 9 technology. So this is a very, very high technology world. 4 wealth input is not too bad. Food we don't care about. Cultural input we don't really care about either. So that was the only thing we had there with Kura. So let's just go into here. So we're going to colonize this planet. Yes, we are. This is our first colony. With the establishment of this colony, we've taken our first steps into the galaxy. Our colonists represent everything which makes our people great, and with that, they'll have every chance of thriving on this new alien world. Now, this is battle mode that's got the job of sort of doing all these, or AI battle mode. I might turn them off
simply because it's going to be talking over the top of me.
What would you like them to do?
Can you click? Yeah, you can. Okay, you can click to stop it. Okay, maybe that's not it. Actually, I'll have to see. So we've now got a planet report. So this is actually the ancient array of precursor research bases orbiting Caraya 1 are increasing the research capabilities for this world. Our researchers would like permission to see if they can find a way to specialise the focus of these new assets. What are your orders? So prepare the array to complete research on a single technology. So that's going to be +1 precursor archive artifact charge. Tell them to study everything. We get plus 10% research. That would be valuable. Use the array to manage our bureaucracy. So we end up with +5 control. Control is going to be important to us. But getting overall research is good as well. I don't know if that means every turn. I don't think it would mean every turn. I wouldn't think. It couldn't be every turn. Rather than just getting a single charge, let's go with and just get the 10% research. Now, at the moment, it's going back to Circuitria, but it's also now got a sort of like a rust factor as well. So when it actually does come back in, I think we can look at it through here. Actually, I might do that in the next episode. Actually, I don't want to do these sort of deep dives at the end of episodes. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode. Hope you're enjoying it so far. I'm liking the fact that the resource is going to be rare and hard to get, and it should be cool.